Hello everyone, this is Joni, and I'm recording this video to show you my very own version of the opening range breakout strategy. I usually use the opening range breakout strategy for Germany 40, simply because it has a natural long bias, and I only really consider taking longs using this asset. Um, I'm a firm believer of trading one asset using one strategy and executing entries as consistently as possible in order to profit from the markets. So without further ado, let me show you how I trade the opening range breakout strategy uh, with Germany 40. Okay, so I start off with the daily time frame. And in the daily time frame, I identify um, swing highs, okay, because these are the natural targets of price. And this is where I expect price to be headed since I have a long only bias strategy. I'd like to be targeting these nearest swing highs. Okay, so let me start with this swing high right here at the bottom. Then we'll proceed with the second one and then the third one. And I'll show you how I got there. Okay, so let me break it down into a three-step process. Okay, so once you've identified your swing highs in the daily time frame, so you already have your targets, the next thing I do is to drop down to the 1 hour time frame. Yes, a lot of people would say 1 hour. Why not 15 minutes? Why not 5 minutes? Well, 5 minutes is pretty noisy, similar to M15. I totally agree with you if you think that 1 hour takes too long and the trend might be over. But no. I think that 1 hour is actually a perfect time to catch breakouts without the noise of the M15 or M5 or even M30. Okay, so let me show you. So once you've identified your nearest swing high, which is at this point, the next thing that you'll do is you drop down to the 1 hour time frame and you start marking out the highs and the lows of your Asian range. Okay. So since I'm in Vietnam, the Germany 40 index opens at 2 p.m. Okay. 2 p.m. that's actually during summertime. And during the winter time, it opens at 3 p.m. Okay. So just note about that. When summer and when winter starts, usually brokers advise you when they're switching DST or non-DST. Okay, so at this point, you'll see the Asian Open of Germany 40 is at 7 a.m. Of course, the European market isn't open literally, but this is basically what the Asian market is at play. And what I do is I mark it from 7 a.m. all the way to 1 p.m. So you can do that by drawing a box, marking the high and the lows of that range. And once you have marked that box, you can use a line or you can use a box. It really depends on you. Come Germany 40 open at 2 p.m. Okay, you're gonna watch for a decisive long break where an H1 candle breaks and closes above. So that's important, okay? It has to close above that Asian range. A wick only is invalid. If you only see a wick break that, you skip it, okay? If it breaks to the downside, then all the more skip it, okay? So I'm only waiting for the close of really two candles, okay? I don't really sit down on my desk all day waiting for a breakout. Okay, so I'll only really watch for the 2 p.m. and the 3 p.m. candle. Okay, this is during summertime. During winter time, I'll be waiting for the 3 p.m. and the 4 p.m. candle. So in this case, the 2 p.m. candle, there's no break right there. There's no close above that Asian range, but here comes the 3 p.m. candle with a decisive break and close above that Asian range. So what I do next is I enter a long position at the open of the next candle right here. My stop loss will be at the opposite side of that Asian range just below. So where's the target? Okay, you guessed it right. So the target would be at the nearest swing high that we marked. Okay. So make sure that when you're targeting the nearest swing high, that you have a minimum 1:1 risk to reward ratio. If it's 1:1, okay, take it. If it's less than 1:1, I wouldn't take it because the RR isn't really in my favor. Okay, so in this case, we have a 1.73 is to 1 risk to reward. So that's good enough. Okay, so after you've entered, you place your stop loss and your take profit, just leave it. Okay, don't touch it, leave it. So there you have it. You have won this trade right here. So this nearest daily high is already taken. So now we have the next um, daily high, which is just this one right above. Let's see if we can catch that. Okay. Yeah, by the way, one position, one entry, one target. That's it. If you'd like to have a second position or divide it into two position where you take profit with the first one and then you kind of um, trail profit with the second, it's up to you. Okay. I like to simplify things. Okay. So the next day, do we have um, an entry? Let's see here, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 1, let's draw this range from the high to the low right here. This is the 1 p.m. Okay, so that's the Asian range. No break. Yeah, there's a break above, no close. And this is the 3 p.m. We skipped that day. Okay, let's take a look at this one from this high to the 1 p.m. Okay, obviously there's no break and close above that range, so we skip that again. Okay, let's go to the next one. Range there all the way to the 1 p.m. low. The 2 p.m. candle, no break and close. 3 p.m. there's a break, but no close above. So we skip that day also. All right. Oh, that nearest swing high has been taken. So we forget about that. We focus on the next swing high then. Okay. That was a big gap during that day. All right. So let's take a look at this one the next day. From here to here, okay? No breaking close above, no, so it broke below, so I'm not taking that. Okay, let's go to this next one, all the way to 1 p.m. Right here, there's a break below, close below, I'm not taking that. Okay, here's another one from this low all the way to 1 p.m. Okay, there's a break at this 2 p.m. candle right here. Okay, that's pretty clear. So let's take that, take a long at the close of this candle. So that would be that one. Stop loss below that Asian range low, and we target that near swing high, which is a 1 is to 4.87. That's a pretty good risk to reward ratio. 1 is to 4.87. You just leave it, forget about it, and then there you go. In case you didn't catch that, you can also see here that there are a couple of more entries here, just in case you missed it. But I wouldn't recommend that you enter trades if you're already in one trade. Okay, so here's another one, I believe, 1 p.m. There's a decisive close at 2 p.m. here. You can take that if you missed this first one. Okay, so take that. Okay, and target that near swing high. Okay. If you also miss that, maybe we might find another entry here. 1 p.m. Here's a 1 p.m. high. And this is the 3 p.m. break and close above. That's another potential entry right there. Okay. So you have a 1 is to 2.3. Okay. I don't think we have an entry right here. But I do think we have an entry right here, okay? Possible. Oh, sorry. Let's mark that and mark this. Okay. If you enter through here at the 2 p.m., right there. The only problem here is you don't have a 1 is to 1 anymore. So I'm not taking this one. Okay. So in case you miss this, you can take this or you can take that. But don't take all of it. Okay. Once you're in a trade, make sure that you let it finish before you get on another trade. Okay, that's a monster 1:4.87 risk to reward ratio. Okay, so I hope this is clear. It's using the 1 hour time frame as your entry. You only have to really watch two H1 candles, which is 2 hours. I think working 2 hours a day is not too bad. If you have a $50,000 account, then you risk 1% or 0.75. 1% of 50,000 is 500. If you have a 1 to 2 risk reward ratio, then that's 1,000. If you have a 1:4.87, that's a hell of a pay day, right? All right. So I hope that this strategy works for you. Back test it. Again, I recommend Germany 40 if you are within the same time zone that I am at, simply because it's at 2 to 3 p.m. I only watch the 2 p.m. close and the 3 p.m. candle close. So that's 2 hours max. Okay. So I hope this helps and keep trading. Bye.